Hi, this is Thecia Ellis, and welcome to Grandma's Homestead. Today, though, I'm just going to talk to you. We're not going to do anything on the farm for a little bit, but this is the time of year, and yeah, I'm late again. Better than I have in the past, but yeah, I'm still late. I want to talk to you about my word of the year, and yes, some upcoming videos are going to be a recap of 2022 and on my goals for 2023. So yeah, I'm going to be getting them done, and then I'll get them out whenever I can get them out, and they might be a little late, but today is word of the year. And some of you do know that when every morning I get on various social medias and post what I'm going to be doing for the day, my 3 things and stuff. Well, from that same group, this is from Nicole Sauce. She does the My 3 Things. Well, another lady that's part of her group, or, part of those that she is part of, has done the last few years, Word of the Year. And it was her way for a self-improvement type of thing. She wanted to narrow her focus and where she wanted to go in life down to one word, and it's kind of encouraged several of us over the years to do the same thing. So when you say a word of the year, why? Okay, so like the first year I had persevere for my word of the year because at the time I was going through some pretty good stuff, health issues, other kinds of issues, and I felt like I needed to persevere. And it was an okay word, but it felt more like I was hanging by a thread, hanging by my fingernails and about to let go or something. So the next year I decided to go with something a little bit more positive. So I went with thrive. That was an excellent word for me. Thrive was a word that helped me to, regardless of what I was going through, regardless of what was happening, I was going to be happy. I was going to thrive. I was going to move forward. I was going to be part of life and enjoy it. And in fact, probably that's the year I came up with live until you die thing. So thrive was a good year. It was a good word. It was a good turning point for me. And then last year I had chosen build, because at that time I was in the middle of trying to learn how to build a website. I was trying to build my YouTube channel. I was trying to build several different things, learn how to build chicken coops and stuff like that. I will say that word also ended up being something that was kind of interesting. It was not part of the reason I had chosen build, but I did build some relationships, and that was very cool. That was an unexpected cool thing that happened, that came from that word from last year. So I've been trying to figure out, what word should I go with this year. I really did like thrive. I don't want to use that one again. Farm. I want to expand my farm this year, so I want maybe farm. Discovered. Because I really want to be discovered in all of the different venues that I have set up, with YouTube channels and podcasts and speaking engagements and stuff like that. And I really did almost go with that one, but I decided that kind of sounded selfish, so I decided not to do that one. I don't know. Something about it wasn't quite right regardless. So you go through and you try and think of different words. Focus. Focus was a funny one because Brian Alexovich, one of the guys I watch his podcasts or listen to his podcasts and stuff. He was saying, I don't need a word of the year. I don't want to do a word of the year. If you guys want to do it, y'all go ahead. Well, he had just finished doing a podcast with somebody, or a group podcast, and he was sitting there about to nod off to sleep, and the word focus came to him. He's going, oh, and it fit, because he felt like he needed to focus on a few things in his life, and so that became his word of the year, whether he liked it or not. I think Nicole Sauce's is breakthrough or breakout. I think it's breakthrough. I can't remember, because she's talking about breaking through a glass ceiling that she had set for herself. That was a good one. I liked that one too, but it wasn't the right one for me. Implement. I wanted to maybe implement things that I have been learning and stuff. No. Execute. Execute's a good word. That's an action word. That can get things done, but it also sounds like you're going to kill somebody. So I decided not to go with that one. So I pulled out, but then I went back to the thrive and got a thesaurus out and said, what are words for thrive? And I'm thinking, okay, so flourish, that's kind of cool. advance, progress, you know. And if you think about it, that's the whole reason I did my original YouTube channel, was so I could see progress in her life. But I eventually settled on prosper. And even now, it may not be the perfect word, but it's good enough for the year, and I think I'm going to do. And the reason I had chosen prosper, I have built some relationships. I have learned to thrive. I've learned a few things over the years, and now it's time for me to seek the monetary advantage of things I've been working toward. I mean, I really have been putting the footwork in for a few years of trying to get us move forward and stuff, but I'd like to start earning some income on that. So prosper is my word of the year. So I'm pretty happy with that one, and I wanted to share that one with you. And part of the reason I want to share this with you is because I want to hear, what is your word of the year? What would you choose? You have to put a lot of thought into it. It takes time. You think, it's a word. It's no big deal. But this is a word that you're going to be using to focus on. You need to decide, what direction do you want to go in life? What do you want to accomplish? All of those things, and what word fits that to best. Like Amy Dingman, she was talking about trying to determine a word of the year, and she ended up with a phrase of the year. Whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes. Find something, and I think you'll find that it's a good way to help you to focus, to help you to zone in on what it is that you really want to do. Because if you think about it, we set goals for the year. We do resolutions, and then we forget. Life gets in the way, and you forget. And even with my word of the year, a couple of times I've forgotten. I've had to go back and look it up. Well, I remedied that this year. I printed it up and I put it on my refrigerator so I can look at it every day, multiple times a day, if that's what I want to do. And remember that my word of the year is prosper. So spend some time. It's introspective. You really got to think. You got to put some thought into it and come up with your own word of the year, and let me know. I'd love to hear what it is. God bless, guys. I'll see you next time.